Hello, welcome to my stream. I know there's no one in here right now, and I'm okay with that, but I'm going to go ahead and get started just in case someone wants to jump in a little bit later. Um, I've been stalling for a while because I wanted to start the stream, but then I decided it might have been a better choice to wait. Just in response to the last video that I posted that kind of went viral on my page. The title of the video was "Why Are Black Women So Mean?" Well, um, that topic became an issue just by happen chance. I kept changing the title of the video to try to see what would be more of a catchy thing. I'm giving you an honest moment here because most people don't want to share what their tips and tricks are when they're working on their YouTube. I don't mind because I'm learning, so I appreciate everyone being patient with me. But at any point, I posted this video and I wanted to see what would be the feedback. And ironically, the feedback was like nothing I expected. Um, I had more shares and comments and likes than I expected, and I've been like delaying this whole video process for so long and starting a YouTube page because it's so cliche. But I thought I would look at it differently as a way to encourage myself to partake in this venture. I decided that I'm going to look at it as a diary as opposed to a YouTube page. I'm sharing my experiences, my lifestyle, what I have, noticed, my feedback, my comments, my opinions. This is all about me. So if anyone is ever featured in my videos or I'm making comments, I'm still making comments about my perspective, what I think, and why I am talking about whatever it is that I'm going to discuss. So, without further ado, which is, the whole YouTube thing, I'm gonna go ahead and get started. I did make some talking points, but I think I'm just going to go off the top of my head because I know if I think too hard, I'm going to change my mind and I'm not going to finish. So, at any rate, um, one of the first things I wanted to mention is that um, I find it so interesting how Black women are always at the center of someone's content, regardless of whether or not we're getting paid for it, we're getting acknowledged for it, we're getting nominated for it, we're sharing it. Whatever there's a Black woman, we are being um, uh, emulated by someone for the purpose of putting money in their pockets. Let's go as far as back as Mean Girls. Um, Not Mean Girls, I'm sorry. It's the one White Chicks. Even back then, watching everything that we watch now and in reverse, you're like, oh, that's kind of mean. Oh, that's not so nice because we're a little more sensitive to, certain situations because we've experienced a lot in the last 20 years. Okay. At the end of the day, the movie is about these white chicks, right? But do you notice how, regardless of whether or not there is a plot and a theory in a movie, a video, literature, however you may view it, there's always a Black woman at the center. And I say that to say, when we watched the movie White Chicks back, and I'm just going off my recollection because I haven't seen the movie in years, one of the things that I remember vividly is, and I'm sure you probably all will agree with me, is Terry Crews. Sorry. And you, if you know who Terry Crews is, my wife, no, he was on Everybody Hates Chris, and a couple other things. But if you know who Terry Crews is, you know where I'm going with this. When Terry Crews and you think about the movie White Chicks, what do you remember? His desire, his lust, his innate inability to just disgust and disdain black women. He made it so clear by his lust and his attraction and his need to be with a white chick. And again, I haven't watched this movie in a while. I'm just going off the top of my head. And I say this about Terry Crews because I want to bring it back. We've all remember how funny the movie was, but we remember, if you're a black woman, you remember how Terry Crews' scene and his character made you feel uncomfortable. Think about it. Did it not make you feel uncomfortable? He just had such a disdain for black women. We were so, he didn't want this dark woman. He didn't want. I don't remember the words. It's been years, since I've seen the movie. But just think about that moment and watching that movie and think about, what do you remember? Do you remember him being nice to a black woman, or like just not really seeing her as an interesting thing? Going back to the video that I posted, no one wanted to watch my video until I changed the caption to, "Why are black women so mean?" Yes, I had to use myself as content in order to get views. I started posting things, just not thinking about what I'm going to do with this journey. I've been saying, oh, I'm going to create a page. I don't know what I'm going to, make my talking points. I tried to go under this one particular, niche. I didn't think it was going to work for me. So I said, okay, let me try something different. But when I changed and I put my comments about myself and just my experience as a black woman, everyone decided that they would love to be a part. And I find it interesting because no matter what the circumstances, we always know in the back of our mind as a black woman, if someone is watching what I'm doing, it's because they want something to say that will inflict pain upon us, negative energy, bad karma, no forgiveness, lack of grace, lack of control, lack of substance, lack of character. I could go on and on and on and on. They will always depict a black woman in a fashion where she is less than rather than she being more than. Example, Terry Crews. When you think of the movie White Chicks, it's a negative depiction of a black man and his disdain for a black woman and his desire to only have a white woman. And now we see the same things in the movies and things that we watch. If there is a black woman getting hurt, everybody wants to watch it. If a black woman is being saved, uh, it's okay. Um, there was a situation recently that happened with a young lady that went missing in Alabama, and we all decided, as black women, we really not going to talk about it. And with them, I stand. Why? Because it doesn't matter if we are Michelle Obama, Erica Badu, Condoleezza Rice, Omarosa, Candace Owens, Suki Hana, Tasha K, Sexy Red, Foxy Brown, Lil Kim, Angela Rye, Angela Davis, and I can go on and on. That is a vast majority and difference of people They are all from different generations, different ages, different locations in the US of A's, and they are not the same. Not one of them. Omarosa is different from Candace Owens for many reasons. Angela Rye, Omarosa, Candace Owens, not the same. So forth and so on. Suki Hana, Sexy Red, Tasha K, Foxy Brown, Meg The Stallion. They're rappers. Little Kim, who is, in my opinion, a colorist and does not want to associate herself with being black, dark skinned, yada yada yee. I still love from my daughter, yada yada yee. But wherever there's a black woman, there's controversy. And that's my whole reason for this video. I wanted to respond to how, you know, I got feedback, but then when I started to notice the type of feedback that I received, it was more feedback about what we lack versus what we are from black men. And then from the black woman's perspective, it was more support. Why is it that if black women are at the center of anything, it has to be negative content? Oh, I couldn't believe that my video made it to Red Pill YouTube. And it wasn't because of what I was discussing, it was because of the title of my video. At any point, at any day, at any time, if there is someone throwing a black woman under the bus, there will always be an audience, a team, a chant, a dance, um, because it ain't gonna be no foundations. They're not gonna be no funds. They're not gonna be any empowerment. There won't be any uplifting. And you see this in everything that we watch, from the TV shows to the movies to the streams. Everything that we watch depicts black women in such a negative light that you have no choice but to be drawn to it because you're triggered by something that you see, you hear, you believe, etc. And I know I'm all over the place with this, but it's like I cannot get over the fact that the only way my page took off, in my opinion, was because I had to change the title of my video to "Why Are Black Women So Mean?" in all caps. Now, again, I want to give overwhelming thanks and shout out to my new subscribers. I am so gracious. I did not expect any support from anybody. I just thought I was doing this as a diary to myself. And now I feel like it's something that I actually maybe partially okay with and willing to share and be a little more vulnerable about. So I thank you for subscribing to my channel. And also, for everyone who's watched my videos and did not subscribe, I just appreciate you watching, liking and commenting. It's been very interesting thus far. So, I'm going to get into some of the comments now that I was able to screenshot and review. And this video's been up for about, I want to say 2 weeks today. And I was just like, every time I turned around, there was like more likes, more views. And I was just like, I couldn't believe it. I did that. And then I thought to myself, did I really do that? Did I create something different? Did I make something interesting that, people want to see? Did I make a content that is productive, that's not throwing black women under the bus, but lifting them up and removing them from the bus and putting them on the plane? You know what I mean? Or am I joining the crew of black women bashers? And I'm like, not me, that's not my intent. So I had to come back to clarify the purpose of my channel. I'm not here to bash black women. I'm here to br- I'm here to bring a sense of sisterhood to the black women that I feel can resonate with my commentary. with my experiences, with some of the things that I've seen and experienced since I have been traveling and returning to places that I have been before and seeing things differently after my travel and my blossoming, my beautiful journey of finding myself. So with all of my discoveries, I'm going to look at things, differently. But the one thing that always remains constant is the fact that if you put something with the black woman in a negative, in the front, behind, top, or the bottom, there's going to always be a lot of traction. So, there's nobody in this live, and I don't want to keep it going because I might be just wasting my time. So, I'm not sure if I should stop, but what I will do is take a quick break. And if I get anyone to jump in the live, I might stay on. If not, I'm going to go through my some of my comments in my last video. All right, hold on for a second. All right, I'm back. I'm back. I'm back. Greetings, greetings, greetings. Thank you for listening in to my live show. It's supposed to be about these mamas, but it seems like everybody want to be a part of my party, so we're gonna invite them anyway. You can like it, you can leave, or you can even stay. But regardless of the situation, you must remain neutral, positive, and progressive. Let's give some good energy. You know what I mean? So anyway, back to my video. Um, the video is it's old. It's not a new video. It's something that I recorded years ago. But I wanted to see how much feedback I would get without sharing, too much about the video at the time. But ironically, it's not new. And even though my video isn't new, it's still easy to see why people were interested to click on a video that was titled "Why a Black Woman So Mean." It proves that no matter what time of the year, there's always going to be someone willing to distract you and call you something that you don't respond to. All right, here I am at the screenshots looking back. Oh my gosh, hold on for a second. Like the ice cream truck wants to stop right in front. Hold on, y'all. Okay. We got a little bit of quiet for now. So I titled this live "Black Women Are Fed the F Up" because we tired. And when I say we tired, we not tired like we ignoring stuff tired. We're tired like divesting is not something from yesterday. Divesting is not a choice, it's mandatory. We cannot allow ourselves to choose anyone over ourselves but us at this point because everybody is after the black woman, the trans people, the brown people, the white people, our children. Everybody is looking for, man, hold on, my hold on.